So after I posted your video, um, one of my loyal viewers who watches all the videos, I think, said that you've interviewed this person before, and I'm like, I don't think so. You look so drastically different with
Different,
the
yeah.
glasses and your whole look was
Yeah.
extremely different.
I tend to change my style a lot. Well, that day I didn't tell you for a perfect reason. I really needed the money, and you didn't say anything about that you had seen me before, so I didn't let you know that hey, I've been here before. You know, it's
But you look so much more together the first time I interviewed you than last time. You looked pretty crazy.
Really. Okay. I still look crazy today too.
What is that? Is that the bipolar thing just
Yeah.
rearing its head?
I've been having a lot of manic episodes lately. I've been screaming I've been having this voice in my head, and it's spiritual, and I've been screaming at it to leave me alone. Like, stop trying to be with me, stop trying to love me, and let me find somebody, because the people who come around me end up being ushered out really fast, like the spirit, because I believe that God is very powerful, and it's not just because you can't. I don't see this spirit or listen to it as it is God, because there's so much evil coming from it, but there's so much good when he's not mad or she's not mad, whatever it is, and it's wanting to control my life. It even told me in my head one time that it wanted to be me, I needed to die so it could be me, and that it's supposed to be, in essence, ended up being me. And I was like, because I had a whole point where an angel had kissed me, and I'm not going to mention no names, but an angel kissed me, and the face was there, and God won't let me be talking to that person or even think about being in a relationship with them, because God told me that God loves me and doesn't want to see me with someone else. But all my life is doing is being in turmoil. I am alone. I am always broke. When I do buy something such as drugs, I end up breaking, like dropping it just perfect, and it breaks, or I lose it, and God talks to me. The spirit talks to me, is like, that's why you lost it, because you shouldn't be doing it. I don't want you to do it. And I'm like, well, you see, and it goes through the pain with me and has empathy. So I'm like, when you go through this pain with me and you have the empathy, you see that you're putting me back through it when I had to be again back out here on the streets, find a way to get the little bit of money to get what I need, just for you to throw it away again. You've seen that I've been beat up. You've seen that I have to lie sometimes. You see that I have not a real life, because 9 times out of 10, my life is trying to find what I need. And then when I do, you end up tearing it up on me,
Is this schizophrenia that you're dealing with?
It's spiritual, and I think it's schizophrenia, but I've never been diagnosed with it. It's just bipolar that I've been diagnosed with.
Right. No, but I suspect, after doing so many interviews and seeing people on meth who stay, how often do you sleep?
I sleep, I go like at least 1 to 2 nights if I do meth without sleeping. But I have been doing pretty well to stay off meth. It's the pain medicine that I've had a problem with.
What are you taking now?
Fentanyl.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and it's not cheap. So I try to get around $10 to $20 a day, and it'll last me sometimes 2 days. But the way I've been fighting the spirit and everything, it seems like I no more than get in the door, and I'm right back out the door again trying to make more money.
Yeah, it just seems like when people are staying up night after night,
it's more psychosis.
Things like schizophrenia, whether they're actually schizophrenia.
Well, what is the spirit talking to me? Because it's not me talking to myself, and I hear it. It's like a conversation. It brings to light things that I wouldn't even be thinking of. So I'm like, where is this voice coming from,
And it's a well-meaning voice, or is
the spirit's in love with me, and also hates me. It wants to cause it. It's like, have you ever seen the movie with Thor and all that?
Never saw it.
Okay, well, it's like the low-key character for the gods. It has a trickster soul. It likes to trick me and laugh at me and all that stuff, and it don't think about the pain behind it, or what us as humans or what we are bodied going through, because it's not us. It's not in essence a human being. I've gathered that much information because of how it told me many times that if I seen the form that it is, I wouldn't love it or I'd be scared of it. So whatever form it is, I believe it's like some kind of extraterrestrial form. Maybe it's back when, you know, the Mayans and stuff did the pictographs and all that of the extraterrestrial alien crafts and stuff. I believe it's whatever had us mining for gold and was having the pyramids built and that circle one over there, the one with the big stones. All that stuff is from different races that have been on Earth. There's been the giants and all that, and so whatever has been doing our genetic codes, splicing and breeding us and abducting us. There's so many times that people have the same story and not have talked to each other and not been in the same town or anything of being held by these creatures. So I'm knowing that it's one of them, but many have come lately and have inhabited different parts of this world. They're stepping in and out of us. There's a creature that the spirits, there's many of them at some point, they're watching and trying to, I believe, help me, because a lot of them have been trying to be protective. Well, they told me that when I smoke fentanyl or fatty, it steps out of me. They said that the spirit that actually kissed me, the angel, is in a relationship with that spirit in another level of existence, and it looks like me, and it's connected inside of me. So it steps out of my being when, like, say I smoke fentanyl. It doesn't want to do those things, but it pretty much took on the persona of me and is in a relationship with the spirit that I had kissed me. And
There's a lot going on in your head.
it is a lot.
What am I calling you? Am I calling you, Rob, or am I calling you?
Brian, you can call me Robert or Bob or Brian or Brandon. Yeah, McKinley, I never get called that. That's my middle name.
I see.
So I sometimes go by my grandfather's name. That's Rob. And my father's name, I don't never go by it. It's Terry. So, but
But you've been on the streets for how long?
over 12 years, it seems like.
But
Almost.
like the first interview I did of you, you looked much.
Yeah.
You looked and spoke much more. Like you were much together.
Coherent and everything. Yeah. It's like lately, it's been drastically a downhill grade.
Is there stuff in the drugs, or are the drugs just taking a toll on you?
I'm fighting it with freedom to do what I want to do. It doesn't want me to do the drugs, so that pushes me to do more. It doesn't want me to be happy with anyone, so that pushes me to go out and meet somebody. And I'm gonna fight this thing with everything that I have, and I'm gonna let it know, yes, I love you, and if you are my maker, you're going to love me back, and you're going to accept and appreciate what I am and who I am, and you're gonna quit trying to change me for who you want me to be. You've already told me you want me to die and you take over my body, and for somehow you're in another realm. And look, it told me many times that it looks like me. Many of the songs and the signs and the signals that I've been getting from songs and people is that the other me is trapped in the mirror, but it's more like not trapped in the mirror, but another realm. It's some kind of spirit to do with me, and I'm fighting the evil that. When I was younger, I had a lot of bad thoughts when someone would come around me. I would think, I didn't know who they were, but if they did something and was very comfortable around me and just acted like they belonged, I was like, who the hell do you think you are? You need to go kill yourself. Like, I would think these bad things. So those thoughts don't enter my mind no more, but there's a voice talking bad things sort of like that, and I'm trying to fight it. I'll talk out loud and in my mind back to it, and I'm like, you need to leave me alone. I fought my life to get the evil out of me, and you're still steadily trying to take over and ruin my life. If you truly are God and you're trying to help my life, trying to clean me up, Let me do that for myself. Let me make that decision for myself. And it doesn't seem to want to let off.
Seems like schizophrenia to me.
Yeah, but if you ever had this happen to you, you understand it's true. It is real. Because many people are voicing the same thing.
The voices are they're real.
It just happened these past few years that it's gotten this bad with people. If something has connected with this earth and this realm where we're at.
Or maybe there's something in the drugs.
No, it's not the drugs. We're all having the same, it's a group hallucination. It's a mass hallucination. It's not, there's no way that what they're putting in the drugs is a chemical that is genetically or technically infused with enough coding and stuff to have everyone have the same hallucinations, the same voice talking about the same things. And
so you're saying there's a group of people that are all hallucinating the
well,
same thing?
there's the ones that are, it's just whatever, if they're trying to still gauge the judgment of us, because I've been judged many times. I went to heaven like 3 times that I know of in my conscious being, knowing I was in heaven talking to spirits. There was a line of people. We weren't wearing no clothes the first time. And like halfway through that memory, we ended up being in all white robes. I remember we were in a white place and there was a line of people and they were coming up and they were all kissing me. And it was men, because I remember when I was first experiencing this spirit stuff, I remember coming back to myself, and I was in a building and I was like, how did I get here? And I'm signing a book. And when I look up at the wall was shimmering and it was emerald see-through. And I was like, what is this? So I hurried up and got out of where I just entered and I'm signing a book. I'm like, what am I signing? Where am I at? And I'm acting like, I know this place. I stepped out and these beautiful men walked out behind me and they're like, you're accepted, come on in. And I'm like, I knew, because I could see through the walls and how the entrance was, it was heaven and it was emerald see-through. And I was like, because in the Bible it says it'll be jasper, clear walls, as clear as crystal, clear as glass. But I didn't think that it would be green glass. But it's emerald color if it's all, but I only seen this one wall. And it lifted up off the ground after I got through talking to other people. There's more that I talked to them about. But it lifted up off the ground and almost hit a building when it was leaving. It has the capability to be what it needs to be at that point in time. The sun will talk to me, the actual sun. We could go outside with the camera if it will do it, and the sun will have a conversation with me, the actual sun. I'm the one who went on the mountain and talked to the sun. I remember being the bird coming back on Noah's Ark and talking to it was God's spirit in Noah. I had the ability, not the ability, but I was given the right to be shown me in that interaction. I was outside viewing what I had been. My spirit was the bird that found the twig.
Why do you think you are the chosen one that the sun...
No, I'm not chosen for nothing. There's a lot of people who have the same hallucinations that I do. Been Marilyn Monroe, been reenacting these different parts through history of these famous people, and your persona and your body is connecting with that spirit and you feel like you were that person at one time and you have these memories of that person. We just talked about it today outside the needle exchange. This lady has these different memories that she was these people.
Were you somebody else at one point?
She named 3 people that I remember being too. And I said, well, it's awesome that you got to experience being that awesome person and having yourself feel so exalted and uplifted. I'm glad that we all could do that. I'm not like someone who's selfish to be like, oh, so God's going to give everybody that feeling, I'm not special. No, I'm glad God did that for you. I think kind of it was worried and wanting me to feel let down because of how mad I've been at it.
Who have you been?
Who have I been?
When you say you...
Oh, okay. So I've done a lot of work for stars and actors who, like in the movies and stuff, that was going to be really harmed. And there was a lot of evilness in Hollywood that was going on. And I was standing in for people. There was singers that were getting shot up on stage at award ceremonies. I remember this. And I would stand and not let them die. I remember it was something going on that Hollywood, like something evil hit, and everyone was going through this thing, and the TV, the people and the stars were going through this evilness. They were being mass kept in these rooms, and I'm trying to help them all out, and I'm having this power to where I can unlock it and let them out at some points, and like, you know, talking with them like telepathically and everything. So I have been working for God and helping the goodness. But to think of how heavy and big the evil was that I was fighting against, but I was doing good, and I was doing it. Yes, God and the angels and the goodness backing me in my heart, having that purity, knowing that, hey, I'm doing something and I know nothing's going to stop me because I know I'm doing the right thing. I could have took on the world and I would have won.
Who did you save?
I've been, let's see. Lana Del Rey has been a huge leader spiritually with talking to me and being in another realm, and like, but being beside me, I can't see her, but I can hear her, and I see little flashes of people. Like sometimes they'll walk in and you'll see like a car turn and the car changes like to a different kind of car. It's different things happening to where I'm seeing the realms, like the veil has a crack in it. And so I've been talking with Lana Del Rey. I've been talking with Adele. I've been talking with multiple, because I'm a singer. God named me Emmanuel. When I was first in my apartment over here, when I first came off the streets, God named me Emmanuel. He said, "You are like my son Jesus. You're my son, so your name's Emmanuel." So because I dated so many Michaels and had so much spiritual problems with Michaels, they were calling me Michael because of my ring. They said that because I had an M ring, they were saying that my name was Michael. And I said, no, the M stands for McKinley. That's my middle name. That's why I have the M ring. I ended up taking the ring off and leaving it on the side of the road. I was like, I'm not having it. But I went back and got it, and then I lost it again. I had my ring last night, a different ring, and I was going to take it off and throw it, and the Spirit said, don't do it. So I went ahead and put it back on, and we were arguing the whole way home. And can you imagine, I'm walking by myself, and I am like irate talking to the Spirit sometimes in my head, but I'm like livid. And when I get home, my ring's missing off my finger. God just went ahead and said, you're not going to have the ring. You're not going to allow me to control and be that hand of whatever in your life, whether it be good or bad. You're not going to be saying that because I said I have the Spirit because I love myself and I love God and I'm married to God until I find somebody. And God said, well, then you're going to turn and throw the ring away because you're not going to be with me. You want to be with who kissed you. And yes, I know who the Spirit is. And God keeps telling me that. But God told me in the beginning, when all this first started happening, when I first started having to help everyone, and I didn't have to, when I was put in these situations, my being knew what was going to happen. It's like I have a medium kind of way, or some kind of seeing the future. But it was a feeling. I knew I need to do this. I seen the design where I got put into. I seen where the design was coming to where somebody was about to get hurt. So I knew exactly where to stand, what to do, who was going to do the shooting, who was going to be the one getting hurt. So I didn't have to ask nobody. Nothing was like, okay, now you need to take a left and all this stuff. No, I did it myself, and I was saving all these people. I was praying, and my words were causing blessings and saving lives. The curses that they were trying to put on us and trying to, at one point, manipulate us into saying these words and these phrases to put curses on ourselves. I had to fight that to get to the point where I'm at right now. So I've been going through a lot, and it's been more than just mental. It's actual real.
To you, it's 100% real.
Yeah, and for me to not have family, my mom and my dad are both passed away. And for me to be clear across the country from where I'm from, and I'm the Virgo, I'm the Virgin, I'm the one who is the water bearer. I am Neptune, the water god that is not Jupiter.
Where are you actually from? Because in the one video...
Alabama and New York. I was in New York for a long time.
So you were in both?
In Florida, too.
Okay.
And I stopped in Texas on the way here.
Yeah, but you got a little twang, Alabama twang.
Alabama, yeah. My mom was raised in Alabama. Her father was raised in Maryland. That's a northern state. My dad was raised in Tennessee, and I was raised on the Alabama-Tennessee line. So my dad was a Tennessee Vols fan, and my mom was a Alabama Crimson Tide fan. Football.
All right, Brian, Rob, thank you so much for coming back in,
Yeah.
explaining what's going on. I'm glad you're
I hope that
saving
if
lives.
anybody sees this and is going through the same thing, that they don't give up and they know that more of us are going through this. And yes, I am a homeless guy who has a drug problem. Don't let them tell you and try to convince you that it's the drug. Don't let the badness get into thinking that, and I understand, I see the goodness trying to do this for us too. Trying to say, hey, you don't need to see what's going on. You need to somehow be blinded to it too. So I see how it's, both. Because if you think about it, God is all creation, good and bad. God is everything. Everything that we have and we exist from is what God created us to be. So when you think about it, is Zeus God and is there a Hades? It's the same one. So it's a split personality. It's been bipolar more than I ever could be, going back and forth. So don't give up on your relationship with the spirits and what is. Whatever you believe your realm to be, believe it to be good. Use your faith in a good way. Your words and your actions do count against your life and for your life. You speak blessings or curses over your life. Your words and your actions do cause an effect. Karma is a real thing. What you put out, you will get back, and sometimes more than what you bargained for. So don't give up though. Give your heart and your mind and your surroundings, whether you be homeless or have an apartment or have $1 million, you are somebody and you're not going through everything alone. We're all going through something.
All right. Brian, thank you so much.
Yeah.